The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
Don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. He's a macho savage. You're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the macho king.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giant Kamala. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe that Trash Talking Radio show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Lunella Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous taking the road warriors. Listen to them. If you know what's good for you, you'll listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch, because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
It is times like these that the world needs heroes and entertainment, and with that I give you the greatest live talk show known to mankind. With inflation being at its highest points, we need someone to show us the ways of good taking on evil, and someone who has the heart of Snow White and the strength of Thor. He, along with his sidekicks Trash's mate, also known as Trish, Trash's babe, known as Ashley, they will fight crime and make the world right once again. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol Class C Mike Trash. You may all be seated. Thank you.
It is Trash Talking Tuesday, Trash Talking Radio, Trash Talking Tuesday, as they say in the movies, I guess. I don't know. We're back. Just when they thought it was safe. So, how you doing, Doug?
I'm doing really well.
So
really well.
Just out of curiosity, we had, do you remember we had these, wait a minute, I got to look at it to be sure I'm talking about the right thing. We had these videos of these people that have died recently, and we had some pretty big names. Actually, one is I'll be detailing next week, because you told me, Trish told me, everyone told me, and I even knew already about the drummer from ZZ Top, which we'll do a video of next week. But what I wanted to talk about, though, was just let's talk about the last, let's say a couple months. So we had Ted Turner, we had Randolph Mantooth, we had Bonnie Tyler, we had from The Sopranos, we had Vincent Pastore, and the last one we just did was the Dory Funk Jr. Now, out of those 5, which one do you think had the highest? Listen,
Sopranos.
Sopranos? Okay. And who do you, where are you going to go from there?
I don't think Ted Turner scored very high.
Ted Turner, okay, would be your second. Then third?
Well, I don't know. It's tough going to third.
Okay.
You've looked at it.
I'm going to surprise you because it surprised me, okay? So let's go from the bottom to the top. That's the worst of those 5. The worst of those 5 was Ted Turner. And that's the oldest one, too. That's kind of weird, huh? I never would have bought that in a million years. Never, ever, ever would have said that in a million years. Next in line, Dory Funk Jr. Now, he was the newest one, so I'm giving him a little, that's 9 days old. The third one is Vincent Pastore from Sopranos. Fourth one, Bonnie Tyler. She did 441. And then the one that's blowing me away, Mantooth. Randolph Mantooth is over 1,000.
Wow.
I don't know I remember him, and I remember him fondly, but I never would have seen that coming. Never. I liked him, but I just never saw it coming. It was really wild for me to see that. I'm like, holy cow, what's going on here? So that's interesting for me. So I don't know. I guess he.
I would bet.
What's that?
I would bet that next week is going to be a good one.
Yeah, that one he should do well. That's why I want to get it out early. I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I'm going to put it out so that he'll have a week to see what he comes up with. There's no way. Actually, musicians are not doing as well as I expect them to do. My biggest one ever was Bray Wyatt. He got 16,000 last time I checked. That's far more than any. Now, I know on a bigger scale that people, get bigger numbers than that. We don't get bigger numbers than that. Because, really, these tributes, if I don't get them out on time, I lose a bunch of them. So, I just thought it was really wild that of all the things to Randolph, I didn't even remember his name. But I liked the guy a lot because he was a cool thing. For our childhood. So to me that was really cool. But I never, ever, ever would have said he would be number 1. But he's number 1. So that's.
Well, how did Dusty do? Do you remember?
What do you mean?
How did Dusty Hill do?
Oh, Dusty Hill. I don't remember how long ago he died, so I can't really.
He died in 2021. You may not have been doing him back then.
I was doing him then. Well, let's see if I can find him, because he's on the. So that would be 2021, huh? Wow, was it that long ago? Really?
Yeah, I'm shocked. I didn't think it was that long ago. I found that my information's correct.
Let me see. Let me look here, and I need to go to. Maybe I didn't do. I think I did though. I really think I did because he was. I've been doing those things for quite a while. Let me see. History. No, I need my videos. That one here. Let me see if I have because I had Dusty Rhodes too. I should have both Dustys. Let me see if I do or not. Because you brought up that's a good question. 'Cause now, way back then, I don't know what kind of I might have. Let's see if I did do it or not. I know I did Dusty Rhodes. So let's see.
Well, I'm just saying, ZZ Top is such a well-known group.
Yes.
I mean, it spans generations.
Yeah. And the thing that's funny about it is, my guitar player loves ZZ Top, but he loves the old stuff. He doesn't like the Eliminator stuff and the
when they sold out. When they sold out.
Yeah, that's the stuff I like. The stuff they sold out to, and
so do I.
And I like both stuff, but like the blues stuff that they did, the real blues stuff that they do, is really
Grange.
Yeah, I mean all that stuff. That is difficult to sing because they sing it in a traditional way. So I never really felt comfortable singing that stuff because he does, when he talks about which one is that, the just got paid and stuff like that. You have to have that blues mentality, and you aren't on time. You're supposed to be off time because that's the way they did it. And that's why I have a hard time with that sometimes, because it just is, I don't know, it's different. I'm going to have to look for it. I'm not going to spend a ton of time looking for it right now because we've got a lot of stuff to go over tonight. So I will look for that. I think I did one for him.
Frank was 77.
Yeah.
Dusty was 72. I guess it's that hard living.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that they're one of the hardest working bands around because Frank Beard just got off the road recently. So
2 weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. So it's really difficult for me to understand that. I mean, I wouldn't. If you're that sick, he had to be pretty darn sick. So I'll find it. I don't know where it is right now, but I'll find it. It's, but the thing is, like I said, I like their stuff. I like what they did. I thought that they were, but they're still going to go out and they're still going to play, and they're going to still play ZZ Top, with only one member still remaining. You know that he wasn't the original, by the way. He wasn't.
Really?
He was not. Frank? He was. Frank was not the original drummer. In fact, when I tell you this, it may surprise you. He played with a band called the Americans, and he played with a little old band called the Outlaws.
Little old band, huh?
Yeah, little old band. I don't think they were famous then, because it was in the 60s. He joined ZZ Top in like 69. So that's what my research tells me anyway. So, yeah. All right, well, let's get to the birthdays and stuff, and let's try to move this.
No, I was hoping you'd forget.
Oh, I can't forget that because there's some good ones in there this week. Starting with Halle Berry. Let's see if we got, well, good, didn't come out. Halle Berry. She's still
70.
She is, what? What?
I'm teasing. 59.
That is exactly right. Ding, ding. Good job. Next, we have Steve Martin.
And he's got to be 88.
He's got to be 80.
80. Okay.
80, yeah. Mila Kunis. She's married to Ashton Kutcher. She still looks pretty good, too, by the way. She's not that, she's still young, but she looks pretty good.
43.
42, yeah, you're right there. Magic Johnson. I didn't realize that he's not that far.
69.
66. was going to say, I didn't realize he's that close to my age. It's funny, I have a story about Magic Johnson. When I started working at the place that I worked 30 years at, that was in 1989. Maybe it was, 1989. Anyway, within, I don't know, what was it, 91 or so, he was told he had HIV or whatever.
Yep, and no one thought he'd live.
And he's still alive, and he's still kicking. And not only is he still alive and kicking, he's still looking good. You know, he's probably one of the reasons why AIDS is where it is right now. Because he was able
That's right.
You know, he probably dumped a ton of money into it. And yet, you know, he looks really good today.
I remember players didn't want to play against him.
Yeah. I mean, everybody was scared because nobody knew what the answer was.
Nobody knew anything about it.
And
And they didn't realize how it was transmitted either.
Yeah, at that point, no, they didn't. No one knew. So he's probably the reason a lot of people are still alive. Jennifer Lawrence, Hunger Games, amongst many other movies.
39.
Good. She's 36. Ben Affleck.
$52.
Now, here's something about Ben Affleck. First off, he's my favorite Batman. He's 54, but here's the other thing that's funny. You know who is also having a birthday? His brother, Casey Affleck, who is younger.
48.
He is 51, so close enough, yeah. I found that interesting that they were that close together. I was like, wow, how did that happen? I guess their mother had a lot of sex during that one time of year. Madonna.
138.
You got it. Right on the nose. I don't know which one of those is her on there. I mean, today. I don't know if any of those look like. I mean, she's doing pretty good. I don't know that any of those are going to be her today.
She's got to be in her late 60s.
She is in her late 60s, 68. Steve Carell. If you watched The Office, if you watched any number of shows, he's got a new show on HBO.
I would say he's 59.
Good enough, 64. Angela Bassett. Do you remember her?
Yes.
What a beautiful woman.
Yeah. I was watching something with her, and I can't remember what it was. I would say she's 62.
Good enough. She is 68. You might see a trend here. A lot of these people are really close to the same age. All right, next one. Here we go. My co-star of Zero Day, Robert De Niro.
89.
He is 83. Austin Butler, who played Elvis, he did a great job of Elvis. He is awesome as far as Elvis was. He's a young kid, yes.
40.
Yeah, that's a good number. He's 35. I hit the wrong button again. Robert Redford. Is he still alive? Holy cow, I thought he died. Guess he didn't. He is up there. He is way up there.
89.
Good enough. 90. Christian Slater. Now there's these guys are, a lot of these guys are right around the same age, so I'm going to tell you right now.
73.
No, the other way. Take those numbers and flip them. Well, no, that won't work. But 57. Ed Norton.
I don't know. Andrew.
Remember what I just said. Remember what I just said.
59.
Yeah, 57. There we go. And Donnie Wahlberg of the what's the
Brothers.
Oh, freaking A. Not what's the name of his band? New Kids on the Block. Like I said before, the same age.
Say 57. Then.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Belinda Carlisle. A little bit older.
Gotta show that.
What's that?
You gotta put her picture up.
Oh, sorry. I thought Belinda Carlisle. Wow, she actually looks good. That's her there. Can you see her? Oh, she's on
62.
She is 68. And lastly, I got a little story about this one. Ed Norton. No, not Ed Norton. Yeah, wait, hold on. No, Sean Penn. Hold on, let me bring him up here. There's a story with this one.
I would say 62.
He is 66. Now, here's the story. My person that I'm working with in the entertainment industry is really, really close friends with him. Her husband and her are close friends with him. I sent her a message yesterday saying, hey, tell Sean I said happy birthday. He should know who I am. and she laughed and said she'll do that. And he will know who I am. But I just thought it was funny that I was being a smart aleck with that. And if she does introduce me to him, that'll probably freak me out because he's a real actor. I can honestly say that of the actors that I've met, probably other than De Niro, probably he would be the biggest actor that I've met, but I haven't met him yet. Anyway, so there you go. That is a bunch of guys that, a lot of 57s this week. Jeez, couldn't believe how many 57s we had.
Now, Wahlberg, you don't know him from TV, do you?
No. His brother is the one that's on TV. I said him because, he's still a New Kids on the Block. So, and his brother actually was a screw up on New Kids on the Block and got kicked out, I think. But his brother was in trouble with the law and stuff like that, and kind of, you know how it is. Anyway, all right. So this past week on Friday, I want to play this clip that I think you will enjoy. Now, I'm not going to tell you why you're going to enjoy it. You're going to just have to enjoy it.
Left Phil. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Joel's heading to the back right now because he's getting ready for the FPO Hardcore Championship match. And there are 7 competitors in this match that all deserve the FPO Hardcore Championship. It's a 10-minute time limit. It's contested under hardcore rules.
So we did a hardcore match with my guy and my guy Sam, and we went against 9 people all at once. The match has rules that you can be challenged and pinned at any day, any time, anywhere. So you have to look over your shoulder at all times. That's the basic information. But this turned out to be really crazy. So, and I'm not going to reveal why. I'm going to show you.
And if a competitor pins the champion, they will become the champion. At the end of the 10 minutes, whoever is the current champion will be the winner and the new SPO Hardcore Champion. Let's turn it over to MLJ.
SPO Hardcore
Okay, so we have 4 referees.
We talked about this on the pre-show. This was a very stacked card going into this with the 7 competitors.
Very stacked.
Sam Adams, Billboard, Billy Gold, Devlin, Ridley, Snipe, Original MF, KTB, and Caleb Wolf.
Speaking of the Billboard, you know when Continental Joe is playing, the Billboard is near. Billboard, Billy Gold. They're good.
My broadcast partner on numerous occasions, Caleb Wolf.
Man, this is a hardcore match. He's coming out with some very white sneakers.
Speaking of hardcore, bringing out Trash Can here.
Almost didn't make it in the ring.
I didn't know he was partnered with Mike Tras9h.
Oh, coming out now.
What a home team for Bucket.
Those 2 are
seen him in a couple of weeks.
commentators. And actually, he's a really good wrestler.
Orange hardware. Oh.
Representative of Hybrid. That's not MF.
That is KTB. There's a quite significant size difference. Ladies and gentlemen, your hardcore champion, accompanied by Mike Tras9h.
Take the batteries away from that megaphone from Classy Mike
Always want to take the batteries off.
You would think they would have died by now by how much we've been talking. Are those the original batteries that we bought in the 1920s?
Here we go.
Going from the side because Hybrid is not allowed in the locker room.
And here comes the ankle biter of Hybrid Wrestling, Snipe.
Here.
Well, I can honestly say no bias in my end here, but I definitely think that Billboard Billy Gold has the advantage here in just the sheer size and the fact that he has championship experience.
I don't know, KTB's definitely got size too, so got a lot to look out for.
He's the champion.
Every ref out here really paying attention. Don't forget, any pin counts.
As long as you pin the champion, you will become the champion. champion at the end of the match.
That is huge. That means everybody's got to have their head on
It's just one big free fall.
It's a free-for-all. It's a mess. There's too many people. I hate
Tons spilling out everywhere.
You can't really follow.
Left in the ring, Mr. Good Luck and Devlin Ridley.
He's about to have some matches right now.
Bucket on. Oh my goodness.
Holding cutter from Devlin Ridley. And wait a minute.
The winner is Devlin.
We got our current champion right now in Devlin Ridley.
He's got to defend it for 9 minutes to be the champion.
Keeping his head on a swivel, really have to defend from everybody in the ring.
I don't think Devlin really noticed. He just hit Caleb Wolf. That was his tag partner.
Stuck with the chair. Throwing Devlin Ridley out. Hey, Stipe.
You're supposed to pin him.
You're supposed to pin him.
The smallest man in the match versus the biggest man in the match.
Billy Gold just tossing him out like nothing. I mean, he is nothing. Oh, no.
No way.
Poor Billy Gold.
No way. Airborne Billy Gold.
Hey, Sam. Look out! He's in that chair. I think that's the only thing that can take out a billboard. Caleb Wolf and Sam Adams working together.
That's something I've never seen. Billboard Billy Gold is fired up here tonight.
I don't know. I think my thinking is still MF. Even though he's laid out on the side. Taking his time. He's taking his time.
He just using that steel chair. It looks like he's using it to get.
Everybody, watch out. KTB will go after everybody. And the chair.
Talk about wait for your opportunity.
I mean, that's very opportunistic. And he is very original.
Be careful.
Stuff in MF.
You've got to be kidding me. Did they just become best friends? I think they just did.
Maybe not. Chair shot. Chair shot.
Having a Star Wars battle with chairs.
Stop it from Devlin. Kicking the chair out of MF's hands.
Much Carter doing up there. Breaking the eyes. Oh my.
Back to the Ridley.
That's a pinata, isn't it? A pinata.
It has googly eyes on it. I said hi to it earlier. MF. Stop. On the back of the head of Devlin. 1, 2, 3.
Little guy. The little guy.
We currently have the youngest SPO hardcore champion in the
You can pin anyone in this match.
Attention next time. Again, everybody. Everybody's got to have their head on a swivel. That's what I was trying to say. I got distracted. Oh! PTP on the outside just beating up Sam Adams.
Is Caleb going to put MF through a door?
Not going for a powerbomb.
Look, they're set up for almost like an angel's wing. Super kick.
Package pile driver. MF fighting back. Caleb getting put on the table. What is MF doing here?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
No way. Nope, no, he's not. KTB meeting him there.
What is going on here? No way.
KTB up.
Didn't go through the door, but his foot landed right on the door.
I thought he broke his leg there.
Picks him up. He's just a guy. KTB, new champion. Wait, who's this?
That's Big Red, Ryan Redfield. What is he doing here? Oh, my.
He wasn't even in the match.
Everything that breathes, refs may want to get down.
The match, just by joining the match.
Every hit from that door.
Uranagi slam. Wait a minute, he wasn't in this match.
Not even in this match, but become champion.
Taking advantage of 24/7, anytime, anywhere rolls on the hardcore champion.
Huge knee to the head. What is this? That looks like an acupuncture pad.
I think he was talking about doing this. This is what he likes to call the heat-seeking elbow. See if he can land it. Heat-seeking elbow right on Big Red Ryan Redfield's chest. And we got a new champion.
There's just under 3 minutes left in this match. Anything is happening. Everybody is beating everybody. I mean, that is what it is to have a hardcore match. I'll tell you what.
You may want to turn around. Nice knee.
Careful. Got to be real careful.
Springboard. Oh my God!
Oh, slam! And
This is the turning point.
Billy. Really, this is a real David and Goliath thing. David and Goliath situation happening.
You have got to be kidding me.
Stife got us.
God, right to the groin, right to the billboard Billy Balls. Stife red. Over the cover.
And Stife getting the hardcore championship. I'm very disappointed in you. Although, getting hit in the crotch like that, I kind of don't blame you.
This is the darkest day in all professional wrestling as Stife,
Red again to KTB,
is currently your SPO hardcore champion. Wait,
what's going on?
Oh,
With the bat. Hardcore Carter doing it.
no way.
What? Hey, Carter tapping.
And now we have your oldest SPO hardcore champion.
Mike Trash.
Oh, and there's Mr. Goodluck. Oh, that's a figure from the dude.
Sam Adams. Sam
I
Adams.
was a champion for 20 seconds.
Mike Trash so happy with himself that
And I gave it to
because he
him.
can even move at 100 years old.
I mean, he was the referee at the Last Supper.
He got personally invited.
I wouldn't be reading off your accolades right now. Over to Emerald. In for the cover. 5 seconds left. And that's what are you doing?
So we didn't win it back, but we did win it back, but we lost it again. Who's going to beat him? It's like
just keeps going.
It's over. It's over now. He won because he had the belt last. He's a big guy. He's like 6'6", 6'7". He makes me look short.
From trash cans to chairs to acupuncture boards, and even 115 years old Mike Tras9h win the SPO Hardcore title. But right now, at the end of your 10 minutes, your new SPO Hardcore champion, Billboard Billy Gold.
So the whole point is to be the last one.
That's correct.
I gotta admit, that gold looks pretty good on Billboard Billy Gold.
Although he does have to keep his head on that swivel, because remember, the Hardcore Championship is defended under 24/7.
You're gonna stay
yourself in the back.
You're gonna stay over here right now.
Anyway, that's all
as the referees are currently cleaning up the ring.
I thought you'd get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I did.
Because I was champion.
For 20 seconds.
Yeah. Hey, that's 20 seconds more than you had a belt. So anyone who picks on me, I'm going to say, that's 20 seconds more than you did. So that's all that matters. Yeah, it was a fun night. I can definitely say that was fun. But you know what else I did? That was Friday night, okay? Saturday night, I did something else. Let's see what I did. What did I do? Let's see if I can figure out how to do this here. All right. I don't know which song this is. Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's Rick's sister. Had a big week, big weekend.
Where were you playing at?
That was at the Doyle Hotel. And Rick's sister took a bunch of videos for us. And I have a video that I got for us that I gotta sit down and edit and all that stuff. But it was, I'm telling you, man, we sounded really good. That was fun. It was really it was a really good show. We were just really happy.
Yes.
I don't even know what's playing. What's going to play? By the way, that is back here was one of my designs. This is Doug, the guitarist. This is Kevin, and this is Rick, the bass player.
think it's pretty cool. You had a good weekend.
What's that?
You had a good weekend.
We had I just, I love having the opportunities to play. At the end of the night, I thanked everybody for coming out, and I also thanked those 3 guys for letting me play with them, because I really thought my life of music was done, and these guys, brought me back to life. That's all I ever really wanted to do. Three of us are wireless, so you can go anywhere in the building. I spent a long time at the back of the bar, and I was sitting at the back of the bar singing. It was cool. I could, I could hear the mix, because we did a good job of mixing it. It's a really nice. It's a nice older hotel. I mean, that thing. I think it was put up in the 1800s. And it's not a giant bar, but it's kind of cool because it's very intimate, And in the early part of the night, we started early. We started like at 7. So there weren't a lot of people there, but by the end of the night, it was a smaller crowd, but it was a crowd that loved us. And they were requesting songs, and we were trying to pull them out of our butts, because some of the songs we didn't do. And it was just, we didn't do as a team anyway. We may have done in different bands, but it was fun, because, it was just a nice time to enjoy. There's your CZ Tom. That girl back there, she really loved us. She stayed the whole night, and she just loved us. In fact, there were a bunch of people back in the bar back in this area here. They just loved it. We were told that a lot of these people wanted us to come back from the last time we were there. But that place, as you can see, we were back there. Oh, back there, I was sitting in the bar. So the nice thing is being wireless, you can go around and you can play from anywhere in the building. I don't know if any other band does that, but we do.
That's cool.
And even the bartender was recording us right there. You can see him. He said he was going to put it up on the site, on his page. It was just, usually they have acoustic bands playing here. We're the only, as far as I know, the only rock band playing here. This is really cool. I couldn't even fit my lights up there. I mean, the lights we used were only a couple of lights, because it's not a big stage. It's not really meant for a rock band. It's meant for an acoustic band to get up there and, not have any...
not having any equipment.
Yeah, but we have equipment. And we couldn't even get all our equipment up there. Smoke on the Water. This is one we weren't even... We none of us ever played this together.
Was it a request, or you just decided to do it?
It was a request. Yeah, we had people calling out requests. And we're like, do you know that? I don't know that. Do you know that? I don't know that. Well, let's try and do it anyway. It's like, all right. Fortunately, I had the words, because I have a lot of words in my computer. So if I don't know the song, I can pop that up there. These guys are good enough, but it's hard to keep up with them, because they're very... I mean, they're 50 years each. So... these guys are all older than me. I'm the young guy. It's going to be fun next week, because next week is my birthday, and we're going to do a show on my birthday, which is like next Thursday. Then next Friday we're doing a show, and we were offered a show next Saturday because a band canceled, and I don't think we can do it, because I think the bass player doesn't want to do it, which sucks, because I want to play it. I really hope he changes his name, because I want that. I want to do that job. It's a big club. That's why I want to do it. anyway, you get the general. It was a fun night. Wish you would have been there. It's going to be, I mean, this is my passion. This is my true love. If I put all these things, the wrestling, the acting, the writing, and the music together, there's one that would come out on top. The music. The music is my wife. The rest are just mistresses. I like to do the others, but music's really my true passion. And if Ken was here, he would have a blast. Of course, I probably wouldn't be in the band if he was here, because I was looking for another band because he died. So whatever reason with him dying may have been that I was supposed to move on. I was supposed to move into other things. I don't know. We'll never know. But I think that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Anyway, if we have time, we'll play some more later on, but I figured you guys would like to see what I was doing, and that's, get to see my passion and get to see what it is that I really like, because I always talk about music, but I really don't play much of stuff that I'm in. It's really, I don't know, I just can't imagine living life without it. And when I was in that hospital bed that you saw me in 1982 or 3, man, I could have never really imagined living without it, and I had to live without it then because I couldn't sing. I couldn't speak. So, all right. Well, you can take the floor from here, and that'll, because there's a lot of stuff you have, and we'll come back and I'll cover stuff that I got.
Well, Michael, the Middle East is a mess.
Yes, it is. And it's not getting any better.
I said that last week, but it is a mess. It's not getting any better.
No.
Top IRGC official says Iran could prolong war until Trump is out of office.
Yeah, they could. I could see that.
They're also escalating. They are threatening to take the offensive against us now. They want to take back the Strait of Hormuz, stop the blockade, and kick the Americans out.
Wow.
And they are threatening to go on the offensive. So I don't know what's going to happen. Trump said that he can keep the naval blockade in Iran indefinitely and vows more economic pressure. We are isolating them economically and forcing a lot of financial pressure on them with the naval blockade and a lot of sanctions that we're putting on them. But they don't seem to mind being squeezed economically.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Well, I mean, they don't have anything anyway. I mean, money-wise, they're paupers overall.
Well, their economy's in shambles, but they don't seem to care.
Yeah.
Their biggest thing is internal. They are scared of another revolt. And so they're doing things like in towns, they're taking up the cobblestone, right, and putting in asphalt. You know why?
No, why?
Because people can pick up the cobblestone bricks and use them for weapons.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
So they're asphalting everything in town. They're taking the benches out. They're closing street cafes that are on the street so they can take anything that could be used as an offensive weapon away. They put a butcher in charge of the besiege. The besiege is the part of the military that does internal security and repression. Huh. They put a butcher in there, an avowed butcher who doesn't mind killing thousands and thousands of people, has no qualms about it whatsoever.
Wow.
And he is the head of that now.
Jeez.
It is bad, Mike.
Yeah.
It is bad.
Jeez. I don't know.
So Trump said that he's going to declare the Strait of Hormuz a U.S. territory.
Yeah, I heard.
After
I thought that was really interesting that he was going to try to do that. But I mean, how do you do that? You don't just say this is mine now. It's not like a toy, like a kid playing with toys. You know, this is. It's so bizarre to think that he would. That he would think that he would.
It's just Trump being Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I looked at it too. So it's weird.
You know, he's probably going to want an aircraft carrier named after him before he leaves office.
Yeah, that whole thing is just like so.
And then he said, "I will never apologize." Trump says about the war that resulted in higher gas prices. President Trump said he would never apologize for taking military action against Iran, arguing that higher gas prices have been worth it in the pursuit of preventing Iran from having nuclear weapons.
Well, I mean, there is something to be said for that, I think. I don't know that I don't know what the real answer or the right answer is, but I kind of agree with that. I don't want them to have nuclear stuff.
No, they would use it, Michael. Nobody else in the world would use nuclear weapons, but they would.
And how many times have we taken it from them already? I mean, wasn't that
a number of times?
Wasn't that the wasn't in the 90s that one of the main things that was going on?
Obama had a treaty with them that pushed back their nuclear weapon program. We bombed them last year and took it away again this year. But they're bound to determine. You know what else they did?
What's that?
They put out a $30,000 bounty for killing or capturing a U.S. soldier.
Wow.
And if it's a woman that does it, it doubles for a courageous Iranian woman.
Wow. I'm surprised that
so it's $60,000 for a woman to kill an American soldier or capture one.
Jeez. I don't know. It's so weird to think about.
Now, Trump says that he is in contact with the IOGC in back channel talks because he's not trusting the people that's doing the negotiations.
Okay.
So, but he wants Iran to surrender, and Iran is not surrendering. They think they're winning, Michael. They think that they have Trump in the crosshairs, and they're going to push this thing into the election, and they're going to go on the offense during the election to try to have him lose the House and the Senate.
Huh.
So I'll talk about that in a minute. You know who the Mossad is?
No.
Okay, that's the Iranian CIA.
Oh, okay.
They're probably the best. They probably are the best intelligence agency in the world.
Huh.
So they're shocked. They're shocked at Iran's rapid reconstruction of military capabilities. During the 40-day war, Israel and the United States attacked more than 26,000 missiles and on military-industrial targets, yet Iran has repeatedly surprised the IDF with rapid turnarounds in October 24, January 25, and again this year. They keep manufacturing missiles, drones, and missile launchers and drone launchers. They don't run out, Michael. They don't run out. No matter how many we take down, they have 2 more coming out. They just are incredible. It's incredible what Iran has been able to do.
Wow.
The CENTCOM chief, you know what CENTCOM is?
No.
That's Central Command. That's the Middle Eastern United States Command.
Okay.
It's run by General Cooper. And he and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dan Kane, has been urging Trump to strike Iran with everything they have.
Wow.
And Trump has been resisting it because he wants to do an economic pressure to bring Iran to the negotiating table and negotiate. He is resisting a military action. But a lot of people think that military action is the only thing that's going to bring about the end of the war.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know, Mike. I don't know what's best.
I don't know either. I'm surprised that this is going on but last time it went on for a while too, before Trump was involved in this. They're resilient. They are resilient, and they're not going to ever give up by the looks of things.
You know who Jared Kushner is?
I remember.
He's the son-in-law of Trump. He's the son-in-law of Trump, and he's in the government.
Okay.
And he and Benjamin Netanyahu agreed on a path forward for Gaza. So the agreement makes Hamas disarm before any Israeli redeployment or reconstruction. And in other words, this is the problem. Hamas will not disarm until Israel removes itself from Gaza. Israel, the IDF, will not remove itself from Gaza until Hamas disarms.
Really? Oh, wow.
So there's no way forward.
Yeah.
So they're going to be back to killing each other very shortly.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Have you heard about the U.S. Lincoln and its problems?
The U.S. what?
The U.S. Lincoln, our second carrier in the Gulf.
No.
They've been out on deployment for 208 days with only two brief port calls. They run out consistently of fresh fruit and fresh vegetables.
I guess they would.
They have serious maintenance problems on board, and the morale is very, very bad.
I would imagine. Jeez.
Okay? They have 12 to 16-hour work days without breaks, 7 days a week.
That's horrible.
So they're being replaced shortly because the situation is too bad.
Okay.
So the USS Washington is coming from the Pacific. Let's see if I have that here. No, I guess I don't know. I didn't put it in here. But anyhow, they are bringing another aircraft carrier from the Pacific. We no longer have an aircraft carrier group in the Pacific Ocean because the USS Washington and its ships, support ships, and destroyers are coming around the world to relieve the Lincoln and send the Lincoln back for maintenance and to get their crew the rest they need. We only have 11 aircraft carriers, right?
Right.
And there's only 3 of them active at any one time, or 4 active at any one time, because 3 are in maintenance, 3 are getting ready to redeploy, and 3 are out, 4 are out for deployment. So we only have 4 aircraft carrier groups available at any one time. We have 2 in the Middle East and 2 in port. So it's a rocky road. It's a real rocky road.
Yeah, for sure.
Dozens of countries, including the United Kingdom, have condemned Iran's continued execution of protesters. Doesn't do any good, though, because Iran doesn't care.
Yeah.
The U.S. military has lost 25% of its Reaper drones in this war. Now, President Trump has been looking at the way that the U.S. Navy is considering redesigning its new aircraft carriers. He wants the tower to be further in the rear. So the Navy is redesigning the aircraft carriers.
Okay.
According to what Trump wants. He says it looks better. Now, I have a problem with this.
Okay.
I don't know if you do, but I have a distinct problem. Trump, who cares what Trump thinks is better?
Right.
They should put the comm tower where it's best suited.
I agree.
I don't get it. All right. What else here? In Europe, the Ukrainian drone operators easily defeated U.S. troops in a military exercise. We took 35,000 American troops. It was an armored division. I don't have which one it is. Maybe first armor. No, it's Army 3rd Armored Brigade Combat Team. 35,000 personnel went up against Ukraine's 412th Regiment of Unmanned Systems. In other words, drone operators. And they skunked us. They completely destroyed us. We are not ready for major war the way it's being fought today. We're not ready. After killing hundreds of boat strikes, the U.S. military expands campaign in Latin America on the land. We've killed more than 200 people in over 60 boats, and now we have announced last week during a Panama visit the U.S. extending its military campaigns from maritime strikes to joint land operations in Colombia, Guatemala, and Honduras. Now, I don't think that's a bad thing, but we are spreading our forces all over the world.
Right.
All over the world. Oh, yeah, here it is, the Pacific Ocean. We've pulled our best aircraft carrier in Asia. The USS George Washington is departing for the Pacific to replace the U.S. Abraham Lincoln. And you know how Trump doesn't like people that don't help him?
Right.
And how he does stuff to get even?
Yeah.
Well, South Korea, he asked South Korea to condemn and to help Iran. Condemn Iran and to help against it. So South Korea told him to go take a flying leap. So he's pulling exercises with Iran and is considering moving troops out of South Korea. Trump is petulant. He's something.
I don't even know what to think of him anymore, because the person that got in there, I mean, I guess he's the big difference between the last time and this time is this time he's getting things done because he's not being held back by the Democrats trying to, currently are trying to impeach him all the time. So this time he actually got a chance to do real work. But it's, but if the Democrats win the House, he's going to be impeached. Yeah, that's what you were saying, is that it may change and it may become that again. And then for the second half, it's going to be all just fighting everybody, and it's going to get worse instead of better, I think.
Okay, tech news. OpenAI launches Chat Teams, promising a more appropriate chatbot. What do you think?
Oh, wait a minute. This is something. What did you say? They what? What would you say?
OpenAI launches ChatGPT for teens.
For,
in other words, the chatbots are adolescents are turning to AI chatbots for emotional support.
Oh, that's
72% of teens have interacted with these companions.
See, that's the problem.
Right?
The problem with that is I think that I know Christine uses the chatbot for advice on things like that, and I know other people use it for advice. I would not.
I would not either.
I would not ever use that for advice on how to. I mean, it's okay for answering questions like, my car won't start and it's doing this, so what could I do? That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. But when you actually ask for advice, didn't we have a story just the other week about a kid who just killed himself because the thing just said, just kill yourself? I mean,
yes.
That's.
But supposedly this Chat GPT AI is supposed to not have suicide in its repertoire.
I don't know. I think that they need to.
I think they need to talk to real people.
Yes. I don't really trust because chatbot is it's too unregulated. It can't regulate itself, and it doesn't understand the things that it needs to understand on mental health because it doesn't have a mental health issue. I don't mind asking it to do things, like organize my book. Like I'll put in a chapter in a book and it'll say, this would be good to put here. This would be good to put here. That's fine. But when I think about the things that people are using it for, they're not using it for the right thing. And it doesn't understand death the way, I'm sure that's the biggest issue, is that it doesn't understand compassion. I guess that's what it is. It doesn't understand how to our thought processes. It understands its thought processes, and its thought processes are generally somewhat logical, but it's skewed by what it knows. I don't know. I just think it's the wrong thing. I think ChatGTP has, or the chat bots have a place, but not in emotions. Because it doesn't understand emotions. It's emotionless.
Well, here's a funny one, Mike. They have a store, an AI-run store, in Addon Labs, reported that Luna, an AI manager, right?
Okay.
Dismissed a human employee for repeated lateness after arriving late for 17 out of 23 shifts at an Addon market, an experimental retail store in San Francisco. It is the first AI-run agent to fire a human being.
Jeez. After last week's show, I put YouTube on, and I was watching one of my favorite guys on there. His name is Kit Boga. And Kit Boga does, basically he goes after scammers, and he scams the scammers, and he wastes their time so that they can't scam other people at that time. And most of the time that I've seen him, he's written programs where it looks like his bank, because what they do is they get on his computer, and when he's on his quote unquote bank account, they can see his money, what he's got, because they hook up with a computer sharing program so that they can see everything. Like if you wanted me to help you work on something, I would say, hey, can I connect with you with Teams? They don't use Teams, but you would say, yeah, go ahead and connect with me. And I'd say, show me your screen. And I can take control of your screen if you give me that okay. Well, Kit Boga does that, and what he did last week when I got off the show, I was watching him, and he did something totally different, because they're doing the scammers are doing a new thing with chatbots. The chatbots are now talking to you, so you're not talking to a person. So the chatbot is now scamming you. Not that it knows what scamming is; it's only doing what it's taught. And Kit Boga recognized that, and he redirected the chatbot and made it do weird things, like every time you hear the person say something, whatever it is, you're going to say oink. So even when it said something, it would say oink after it now. So every time he reprogrammed it while we were listening, and every time this evil chatbot, and the chatbot didn't know it was evil, but by the end of the call, while he was talking to this about whatever it was, whatever the scam was, the chatbot ended up saying oink 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 because he just ran it in a loop. He reprogrammed it on the phone to do a loop of this whatever it was that he was doing. It was just funny how that is. But the danger of it is, it sounds like a human, and it talks like a human, and it is scamming people without having to hire a person to do it. So that's a scary thing. So I would tell people that they need to be aware of this, and that's where chatbots can become bad because people use it for bad. So chatbots can be a great thing, but there's an example of where it isn't a good thing. It becomes a bad thing. And just like what you're talking about, teens or people asking it for help mentally, that's where it can go bad. And so that, I am not pro that. I am not pro them teaching the chatbot to talk to you. Now, Christine called the garage today or yesterday, and a chatbot answered. It sounded just like a real person, but it wasn't. And the chatbot was, asking. She was trying to ask for an appointment, and it talked to her like a human, but we knew it wasn't a human. So they're out there, and be careful who you're talking to on the phone because it might just be a chatbot now. They call you and set up arrangements and all that stuff. You got to be careful who you're talking to now, because it's one thing you could tell before when the scammers would call you is they would have an Indian accent, or they would have a Nigerian accent, or they would have some kind of accent, or they wouldn't know certain words that Americans know, or certain phrases or things like that. Well, now we got a chatbot that talks like an American, has an American accent, and that one happens to be a chatbot. And it's scary that they're out there. Every other Tuesday, I get a call on my phone from our I think our governor. Is it the governor? I think it's the governor. It's either the governor or, hold on, it's Scott Perry. Congressman Scott Perry calls me every other week or every couple weeks. Do you think it's Scott Perry really calling me? Probably not. No, chances are they took his voice and they made it into a chatbot. And the chatbot's calling to waste my time and all about telling me how great Scott Perry is, which I never answer. I don't want to talk to Scott Perry. I don't want to talk to Scott Perry's chatbot. But it's probably not really Scott Perry, because I don't think, as a congressman, he has enough time to call everybody on his list. And so just be aware that those chatbots, for good or for evil, they're out there, and you can't really, a lot of times can't tell the difference between them because they sound just like them, because you can clone their voices. Someone could clone my voice and start calling people as me, and as you, or whatever. You got to be, it's really a scary time that we live in, because chatbots can be the greatest thing ever, but it also can be the worst thing ever. Because if these chatbots start doing more stuff, and like I said, I do not agree that they should be used for everything under the sun, but people are using them for everything under the sun.
Did you know that 29 state attorney generals have filed a lawsuit against Facebook and Instagram to keep children, that they keep children hooked?
See, and I don't.
That they built their program. They built their programs to design products to foster addictive behavior in children and teens.
It's not addictive behavior in children. It's addictive behavior in people. I mean, it keeps adults on there too. But it's not that. Again, it comes down to responsibility. We're all adults. I mean, and it doesn't go after just children. It goes after everyone. And they have ways of doing that. And it's really sad, but I'm part of that generation that's stuck in that, but I try to limit my time now with that, and I do many other things. But there are a lot. Everywhere you go, look at the people around you. How many are on their phone? Most of them.
All the time, people are on the phone.
And
all
it's
the time.
not just for children. It's not aimed at just children. It's aimed at everyone. How do we keep everyone hooked? And the problem is, it's a matter of responsibility. As far as children go, the parents are responsible for that. And as parents, they're responsible for themselves too. And the irresponsibility of the parents are the problem with the children. You know, when you and I, we are not necessarily addicted to. I was at one point. I felt I was addicted to it, but I think the older you are, the less likely you're going to be addicted to that thing, because we were brought up with different values. But everyone now is brought up to social media, so that's what they know, because that's what they see. I was addicted to television. These people are addicted to their social platforms,
social media, and games,
and that's all the people. I mean, we're talking, if you were born in the 90s or later, that's all you knew. Well, yeah, that's all you knew, because if you were born in the 90s, when you were the year 2010, when you were 10, that's all you saw. But we didn't have that when we were kids, so we have a little bit grace.
We had imagination, Michael. We had imagination.
Yeah, and so that's, you know, when you want to blame that on Facebook, you can't blame it on Facebook. You have to blame it on the responsibility of the person, and that means adults and children. And you can't blame. That's like blaming. Okay, we blamed cigarettes for cancer. It wasn't the cigarettes that were the cancer problem. It was the people. The people. I lived without cigarettes, and everyone around me smoked. What's the difference?
I don't think there is a difference, Michael, but the attorney generals are suggesting that the fine, if Meta is found guilty, the fine is going to be anywhere between $200 billion and $1.4 trillion.
And you know what? They're attacking.
1.4 trillion is basically Meta's market value.
But you know what?
That would drive them out of business.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't like Zuckerberg, but I'm going to defend him because it's the free market. You can't. If you see something that, you know, that's like saying I'm gonna put Tesla out because they use too much electric. You know, it's a depends which side of the market you're on. Depends on, you know, on whose side of the fence you're on. You know, there is nothing. Facebook is, when you bring it down to the basics, Facebook is nothing more than another website, a popular website, but that means you got to shut down the Truth Social. You got to shut down all of them. Twitter, Twitch, whatever it is, you got to shut them all down, because you can't target one company when they're all doing the same thing. Every one of them does the same thing. They all target people, and they all advertise the living daylights out of them. And people are less into Facebook than they're into Instagram now, or Twitch, or
Snapchat,
TikTok. You know, they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, young people aren't on Facebook. That's an older person's thing now.
Right. Yeah. Facebook is not the issue. WhatsApp, all those other things, they can be used for evil things, and they can be used for good things. It's like anything else. You can use a gun for shooting someone, or you can use a gun for protection. You can use a gun for shooting food. You know, it's all how you use it. I would not say that that you can. I really am strongly against the fact that they're suing Facebook for the responsibility that the father and mother should have. And shame on those people, because they have not disciplined their own children. My parents would been, my mother was on Facebook, but she wasn't on it that much, as far as I know. I mean, I think towards the end of her life she was, because that was her, she didn't leave the house. But, you know, if you think about it, you can't, it'd be like putting a car company out of business because one guy went out there and drove into a crowd of people. So cars are dangerous, so you got to get rid of cars. You know, because somebody did that. And then there might be a copycat crime down the street because someone saw that and said, oh, well, we ought to do this. Well, then, you know, you might as well eliminate guns because guns kill people. You might as well eliminate, you know, all the things that people do. You can't, I mean, they're trying to pin it on Facebook. You can't pin it on Facebook. You have to pin it on everybody if you're going to do this. And at one point they said eBay was like that too. Everybody was spending too much time on eBay. Everybody was spending too much time on this site, that site, whatever it is. It's not that. The problem is they were brought up incorrectly, or they were, yeah, and the habits only get worse as you get down the chain, because the parents were into it, the parents were into it. You know, how many generations are we talking about here we've been with computers almost as long as we've been alive, almost half of our lives, or probably half of our lives. We've been with computers half of our lives, a little more than half of our lives. And some people have been in with computers their whole lives. You can't blame that on a social media platform. You can blame that on their own irresponsibilities of being on that. So, well,
Meta lost nearly $1 billion losing a recent New Mexico case.
And that's ridiculous. You know, that's ridiculous because, you know, this is something that I really hate. I hate it. You know, a lot of, at one point the big villain was pro wrestling. Everybody went after pro wrestling because kids would go out in the backyard and try to duplicate the moves, so they'd want to go after the pro wrestlers or the pro wrestling federations because their kids went out there and hurt themselves. It's just another thing. They've moved from one to another, and that's the same exact thing. I can't control it, therefore it's evil. You can't control it because you have no discipline. Your kids are doing it because you didn't teach them right. So I totally disagree with that the whole suing thing for that.
Yeah. I agree with you, Mike. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, it's responsibility.
Yes, we agree.
Someone needs to take responsibility. The person that needs to take responsibility, how about yourself? You know, sue yourself because you're an idiot. Not you, but, you know, if you believe that someone else did that, if you can't turn off that computer monitor, or you can't use that monitor for good, you can use it for evil. You can use it just like a gun. You can use it for good, or you can use it for evil. You can use it to hack somebody, or you can use it to watch movies, or you can use it to play a game, or you can use it to read the news. I mean, think about it. 50 years ago, probably the same thing was said about newspapers, because they had games and newspapers, and they had people watching, you know, reading newspapers all the time. When was the last time you bought a newspaper?
It's probably been 10 years, no more.
All right, well, that means maybe in 10 years, we won't say this about computers. There'll be something else. They'll think of something else to blame for their mistakes. And people, remember, people were suing the cigarette companies for getting cancer. And who forced them to take the cigarettes? No one.
Well, they claimed it was an addictiveness of nicotine that drove them to...
That's what we're talking about now, too. We're talking about addiction to the internet, or to Facebook, or to Twitch, or whichever program you want to talk about. You know, again, personal responsibility.
You're not getting an argument out of me, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Big tech data center boom poised to drive up carbon emissions. They're now saying that the carbon emissions are going to be like having 2 million cars pumping out gas without emission control.
I did have something on Ohio, I think it was. What was it? Was Ohio in something? Hold on. Let me fast forward through this and figure out what it was. It had something to do with the world's largest data center is going to be in Ohio or something. Did you see anything on that?
I think it's Texas.
Oh, what? Maybe it was. I think hopefully I highlighted it. Let's go to the end because it would have been near the end because it was. Where is it? Nope. I don't. We'll keep talking. I'll think of something. I may find it.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk says flying cars are coming.
Oh yeah.
He says,
you know something that I saw on the internet? I shouldn't say internet because I'm addicted. YouTube was showing these flying cars that you can buy from China, and they work. But they don't work great. They work pretty cool. They're pretty cool, but they work. Flying cars are not that far away.
we have the technology.
Yes. The problem is...
Well, they're going to be rotor-driven, but we have the technology.
But the problem is regulations. Because, we can't fly without a license to fly, but these things you can because they don't go high enough and stuff yet. But at some point they're going to have to regulate them. Could you imagine driving down the road and then you see all of a sudden there's a flying car and he crashes because he's an idiot and doesn't know what he's doing? And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree, Michael.
All right.
National news. White House Press Secretary Leavitt to depart role. Trump says Leavitt will become a top outside advisor after leaving her role. He did not name a replacement. She's leaving to spend more time with her young children.
Maybe
did you know that?
She's trying to keep him off the Facebook.
Well, she just had a baby, and she had a baby before that. Hakeem Jeffries, you know who Hakeem Jeffries is?
I think I've heard the name. I couldn't tell you.
He is the leader, Democratic leader of the House.
Okay.
And he says, I do not support the DSA agenda. Do you know what DSA means? Democratic Socialists of America.
Ah.
And here's their agenda. This is part of their agenda. I'm going to read it to you. It's there to think about.
Okay.
Medicare for all. No deductibles and no copays. Dissolving personal property rights.
Ooh.
Replacing the Senate, the presidency, and the Supreme Court. Doing away with them and replacing them with executive and judiciary chosen and supported by the House of Representatives. The abolishment of ICE. Defunding the police, the abolishment of prisons and jails.
Oh, jeez.
Passing the new green agenda. Free education from kindergarten to master's degree. Counseling of all student debt. Universal child care and extended family leave for all parents. Defund the Department of War. Isolate Israel. Close all overseas bases. And end all economic sanctions, especially against Iran, North Korea, Cuba, Russia, and they also are into freeing Palestine. Amnesty for all immigrants, full public financing for campaigns, and the abolition of the Electoral College. Creation of the establishment of public ownership of large corporations and essential industries to ensure democratic control and accountability. And strict regulations of investment properties, ending all restriction on marriage, which would allow for polygamy and ban boy marriage. That's just part of the agenda.
I think we already got it, though. We got it. It's called Canada.
Exactly.
Oh man.
And that's what the Republicans are running on this election cycle. They're running against the communists. They're claiming that the Democratic Party has sold their soul to the communists.
Well, if that's what their agenda, if that is the agenda, that is a scary thing that they're really thinking of.
They're against capitalism. They're against private ownership of property.
So I'd lose my house.
Well, your house would not belong to you. It would belong to the government.
Yeah, I don't want the government. I paid a lot of money for my house. I don't want the government to have it.
They could tell you what you could do with your property and what you couldn't do with it.
Yeah, but
it's bad enough. The zoning laws now are bad enough. But just think what they're going to be. It's going to be HOAs everywhere.
I mean, I was just thinking about that the other day. While I was cutting my grass, I was thinking, I'm glad I'm not in an HOA. It's just, it's really hard to keep track of when to do this stuff because I've been so freaking busy, and I just made time to do this, and it's still really not done because I need to get this tree that fell down taken care of, and I got to have time to take it down, and it's too heavy to move. So I got to cut it further. So I don't know. That's weird. I'm totally anti anything. I don't want the government.
But if you'd have an HOA in your community,
I'd be screwed.
You'd be screwed right now.
Yeah. That's why I made sure
you'd be paying big fines.
Yep.
You'd be paying fines.
And I made sure that I wouldn't move into an HOA because of all those things. All those are all nightmares. I mean, I know there's people that are doing.
They even tell you how you could paint your house.
Yeah, and how much or how close you can, how low your grass can go, and how high your grass can go, and you got to make sure you trim everything. Can't have any, like I have a spot out there in the front that grows a little larger than the others because it's built for flowers, and I don't do flowers, and there's rocks around that, and I don't feel like tearing them out. It's just, I mean, I don't want to be told what to do. That's why I moved out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, if the communists take over, it's not going to matter where you live.
They better pay me for my house.
Yeah, but they'll pay you like they do in eminent domain. They give you, about 60 cents on a dollar for your house. They tell you what you can sell it for.
Yeah, that's okay.
They do it with rent control. They do it with property in a city. In New York City, Mandani is putting on rent control to every apartment complex. They're not allowed to evict anybody right now.
Wow.
For non-payment of rent.
Jeez. I don't know.
Trump falls to the lowest approval rating of his presidency, 33%. The poll found 64% disapproval, as 80% of Americans expect the Iran conflict to last a long time.
Well, they're right about that one. We've already gone further than I hoped we would. I mean, what happened to our 4 weeks our 4 or 6 weeks that Donald promised us?
That's what he promised us. Yes, sir.
Of course, he didn't say when they were going to start, and he didn't say which 4 weeks they were going to be. Maybe another week.
He's probably on week 2 on his calendar.
Wow.
Florida is set to carry out its 13th execution of this year. It's the nation's busiest death chamber.
Jeez.
The state has already executed 12 people this year, and has 2 more scheduled for September. Florida is set to execute William Francis Sylvia, 61. And the 2 that are waiting are 74 and 72.
Oh, why didn't they do it when they were 50 or whatever? Why wait till 70?
Because they go through all the appeals.
It's just stupid. That's one thing I don't like is that we drag things out and it costs us more money to keep them in jail. It's just crazy, and these people, many of them don't deserve the chances they get. And I mean, there was I think it was it Texas or whatever that had 3 of them last week or something on the same day or something. And that was Florida. That was Florida, I think.
That was Florida.
Yeah. I mean, that's if, especially depending what you did. If you killed someone and you killed him in cold blood, why are we holding on to that? If we know that they did that, let's cut to the chase. It's costing money. They're not going to have any quality of life. And even these guys getting out at 71, they're not going to have a quality of life. They're going to live off the system, if there is any system. Because, based on Social Security, what are you going to live off of if you didn't work all your life? So all they're going to do is go back to crime if they have any crime, and they may not know they might know how to figure out how to do the AI stuff. Then they can find a new scam to be in. But most of these people don't even know what they'll do if they get out. They're going to be so lost because they've been in jail so long. They won't know what to do. They won't know how to act. They won't know because even the technology. Think about this. How much technology did we have in 1970? Very little. We had
nothing like we had today.
I was a remote for my dad's TV. I was the antenna. Whoops! Over here, he got a whole. It's now a whole world that has computers. Has people are stealing cable. Of all things. People are stealing wireless. It's like they didn't have any of that when they were out free. It's a whole different world. They're going to be, the best thing we could do is ship them over to Iran, because at least they know how to use a gun. They're not going to be any. There's nothing that they're going to be able to do at this point of their life if they spent 20 years, 30 years, 40 years in jail, even 20 years, even 15 years in jail. Think about this. 15 years ago, life was really different. Back before the turn of the century, things were really different. And think about in the year 1990, how many of us have computers?
Very few.
I had one, but that's because I won one when I was just out of the hospital. But I mean, most people didn't have computers. I don't know. The world. I don't want to sound as cold as I sound, but I really feel that the people got to jail for. If you're in jail for that long, the chances are you deserved it. I mean, very few times are we that wrong that somebody should have been left out. If they weren't left out in the first 5 years, I don't know, because I've never really had to worry about that kind of stuff. But if you're in jail for 30 years, I mean, you did something wrong. You did something wrong to be caught in that situation. If you can't prove yourself wrong, if you can't prove yourself right in a couple years, let's say 10 years, let's say 10. I'll be very generous by 10. If you can't prove it in 10 years, you did it. And if you didn't do it, you're going to be screwed if you get out after 10 years of whatever you did or didn't do, because the technology took over, or whatever it is. The world keeps going whether you do or not. Ask AI. AI says, I'm going to kill you because you've been a naughty person. I don't know. I shouldn't be that cruel.
Well, they're on, Florida and Texas are on the express lane for death row. And I don't blame them.
Yeah. It's just crazy. There are points that it becomes just, here it is, 3 states, three states execute killers the same day. That was what the story was. I knew it was something like that. There it is. Tennessee, Oklahoma executed convicted murderers 30 minutes of each other Thursday, while Alabama scheduled a third execution the same evening. So Anthony Hines, 70, followed by Gene Jenkins, 54-year-old motel maid, for stabbing. Oh, geez. The guy that was 70, he got it for stabbing to death. Oh, that's what it is. for stabbing to death Catherine Jean Jenkins, 54, motel maid. Just minutes earlier, Oklahoma, Carlos Suesta Rodriguez, 70, was pronounced dead for the murder of 2003 girlfriend Olympia Fisher. Both men were executed at state facilities using the same method. You know, that's the other thing I think is kind of funny. We got to worry about if they're in pain when they die.
I don't really care if they're in pain or not. I just think they ought to die.
If you're in jail for killing someone and you're guilty of killing them, why do we care whether they're in pain when they die? I just don't understand that whole situation. Oh, we got to be...
Well, you know, a lot of Christians are against the death penalty. And here's the thing. God set out the death penalty in the Old Testament for things that we would never think about today.
Yeah.
Adultery was there was a death sentence to adultery for both the man and the woman.
Well, what about Jesus? He died. Look what he died for.
Yeah.
Talking.
For talking.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't understand for Christians to be against the death penalty, but that's just an aside.
Well, I think as personally that the person that killed somebody being against the death penalty is stupid. Because if you killed somebody, how could you be against the death penalty? You know, that's beyond stupid, you know. And these guys look like they deserved it. They look
they look the part, don't they?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, did you hear about Paramount? They're in the news.
Oh,
again.
yeah, I did actually. Let me get my Paramount stuff, because I knew there was going to be a point we were going to talk about Paramount, because Paramount has been the bane of our existence. We've had many. It says Paramount says it's been now cleared by all global regulators to complete the $111 billion deal for Warner Brothers Discovery, with that antitrust suit filed by 12 attorneys general, now serving as sole roadblock to the deal being done. The company says that the government of Mexico approved the deal Friday, meaning that 68 countries have now signed off on the mega merger. Why are there so many countries? You know, this bothers me a lot too. Paramount and Warner Brothers are American companies. Who is giving Mexico and all these other countries this power to stop the merger? It'd be one thing for the U.S. if you're involved with it. Most of these people are just freaking jealous because they know that they're going to be really powerful if they do it right, which they're not doing it right. They're just going to have a big library, and if they don't do anything with the library, they're screwed. I mean, they're not going to make this money up like next week. They're not going to make this money up next year. It's going to take them a long time to make this merger worthwhile. And a lot of people are going to lose their jobs because they're going to have a lot of duplications of jobs on this. It's just really crazy that so many people put their noses in this that don't belong in this. This should be, if we're really truly believing in free enterprise, this screams like free enterprise isn't a real thing, because they're not allowed to buy a company. They should be allowed to buy the company. Nobody wanted that company till Netflix wanted to buy it. Then all of a sudden there was this big pop that not everybody, a few people wanted it. So what are we on, the third people that actually had a bid on this? This is ridiculous. It's stupid, and it's not good for business. They put a lot of money into this that is being wasted on bureaucratic bull. So that's my opinion.
Well, they're seeking $1.88 billion bond from the state AGs to cover the cost of the delay.
Who's wanting that money? I didn't hear you.
Paramount wants that money because the delay is going to cost them $111 billion. $111 billion.
Yeah. So what did it accomplish holding them back? It didn't accomplish anything. It really just cost money, and nobody's stopping. No one. See, that's the thing I don't understand is why is it all of a sudden a big deal? If somebody was afraid, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be the biggest at something. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it be your company, my company, the company across the street, there's always going to be someone bigger than you. And what was the big deal with this whole Skydance thing, Paramount Skydance thing? Paramount was in trouble. Skydance was, Warner Brothers was in trouble because they wanted to pare down the Warner Brothers Time Warner thing. So I don't even understand what are you barking at, dog? Hey. I don't know what the whole big deal was to begin with, because I understand that I don't see the antitrust as they do. I personally think that this keeps both businesses, a business that was failing, Paramount, a business that was doing good, not great, doing good, was doing great when they were Time Warner, but they wanted to split off so that they could concentrate on some things, and they broke off, just like CNN broke off from what's his face's from we just talked about
Turner Broadcasting.
That's what it is. It's no different than that, where Turner Broadcasting had needed to slim down, so they all needed to tighten up their stuff. So there's no real reason that I could see, and there's got to be things that I don't see. But I think that when we're talking about free enterprise, that's the same thing I was talking about with Facebook. It's just the big will keep eating up the little, and that's just the way free enterprise works. And it's not a monopoly, because they're not the only ones out there. They're not. All you got to do is look around, and people, like, if you looked at the entertainment industry, you can buy or to sell scripts and stuff. I mean, there's a bunch of places to go, but there's only really a couple places that are better than others. Let's put it that way. I mean, Netflix is a good place to go. Netflix would have been a great place because they bought whose library did they buy? They bought somebody's library before, and they've been using that library. And if you look on Netflix, you can see that they've been using the stuff. Now, the thing that Netflix, that people were against Netflix doing was not releasing new stuff to the theaters. Well, you know what? That's Netflix's business. It doesn't matter. In my eyes, they should have the freedom to not do that. If they want to have studios that they create content and not send it to the theaters, they can do that, in my eyes. I mean, if you're look at TV shows, let's say Grey's Anatomy. It's been on for 20-some years. If Grey's Anatomy decided that they wanted to not be on ABC and stick with Netflix, Netflix would offer them a lot of money to stay with them, because then Netflix has the ownership of it. However, ABC has decided to keep them, so that means Netflix makes residuals off of their old product, and it gives ABC a wider audience, because people that want to binge watch are going to go to Netflix. The thing is, I just don't understand what the whole thing of Paramount. Why? I mean, I don't really like Ellison a whole lot, but I really feel bad for him because of all this crap that he had to go through. I don't think he's a good businessman. Not that I dislike him personally. I just don't think he's a good businessman.
he is in big trouble because he has to take out this bond. He's going to be paying massive amounts of dollars
They
back.
cost him.
Plus all the money he's had to pay to acquire Warner Brothers.
Well, he's going to use stock to acquire the majority of it, but still, you know,
it cuts into his profit margin.
Right, and that's the issue, and that's why I don't think that it's fair, because I don't think he's doing anything that nobody else wanted to do. Would they have done the same thing to Netflix? I don't know.
Probably.
They might have, but they didn't have a chance because Ellison was in there making it impossible for Netflix to make the deal. So I mean, in one way, it's, you know, you get what you get. In another way, I feel bad for him because he's losing a lot of money because of bureaucrats.
You know, Penn State's in the news.
No, what about?
Well, the football team is very good this year.
Oh, good.
But that's not why they're in the news.
Of course.
They're in the news because 14 people have been charged with cocaine trafficking.
Oh, jeez.
14 people, including 13 current and former Penn State students, have been charged in an alleged cocaine trafficking operation linked to off-campus Delta, Epsilon, and Sigma Chi fraternities.
Oh, geez.
Authorities allege that cocaine was obtained from Philly and New York, then cut, packaged, and distributed primarily to students, with some fraternity pledges are allegedly required to help package the drugs and deliver them.
That's
so.
Wow.
Now I can tell you something. When I was a dealer, I used to drive to Penn State to get coke and acid.
You did? Holy cow!
Oh yeah, I was a dealer.
Wow.
For about 5 years.
Wow. Was that when I knew you?
No, it was before you knew me.
Oh, good. I was a good influence in you then.
But Penn State, it was Baltimore, Philly, and Penn State where we go for our drugs.
That's insane. Wow. I don't even know what to think about that. I don't know. I'm very glad I never got involved in that stuff.
You should be, Michael. You should be very happy.
You know, I think about it when I'm at the doctors and stuff, and I think about my age, and I think about what other people my age are taking, prescription drugs. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty lucky because I'm not really on anything. The worst thing I'm on is I am on Percocet prescription, but I'm on a low dosage, and that's the only thing I have. I don't take any iron pills or any this or that or that. I don't take anything else. Occasionally I take Tylenol, but you know, for the most part. I mean, how many drugs are you on?
I'm on a lot, but I've got some diseases.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because of things you...
But nothing, no narcotics. I will not allow them to give me narcotics.
Okay. I mean, I consider myself real lucky because I know I have some friends that are on a lot of pills. And my own doctor asked me what I was on, and I told him. He said, "That's it?" Yeah, that's it. You know, I'm really not on anything. And so considering what I see everybody else on, I think I'm pretty darn lucky. Because they'd say, "What else you on?" "Nothing." "Come on, you're on something else." "No, that's it." You know, I never even took aspirin till I was 40. So, and
you took that for the pain, right?
Yeah. No, I took it because I wanted to get high. No, seriously, but you know, I consider that. I think a lot of people that take things at a younger age, I mean, it wears away on your body, anything you take. So if I haven't taken it for 40 years, that's 40 years of cleanliness that I've had. Now, I had other bad habits. I was grossly overweight, which could have killed me. But I think that's the only reason I lived is because I wasn't on those meds. And those meds those meds plus being grossly overweight would have killed me, I think. And So I think that's probably why I'm doing okay at my age, is that I didn't take anything when I was younger. So
I think you're very fortunate, Michael.
I'm very, very thankful too. Very thankful, because I see people that have handfuls of pills and stuff, and even my doctor originally, when I hit, I think when I hit 50, he said, I want you to start taking vitamins. So I started taking vitamins, and then all my blood work was all off. And he's like, I don't know what's going on. Your blood work's all off. And I stopped taking the vitamins. I go in and he goes, everything's good again. But whatever it was in the vitamins I was taking. And they were just GNC stuff. So I stopped taking all the vitamins. I started when I was in wrestling, I used to take vitamins, and I was told I should take them because at a certain age, you should take vitamins, is what I was told. But when I took vitamins, it threw everything off, and my blood work and everything was screwed up. But once I stopped taking them, everything was good.
Cool. Musk is in the news again.
Oh, what's
he plans to give a Republican Party at least $100 million to help turnout in the midterm elections.
Wow. That's really interesting.
I didn't think he'd do that. That surprises me.
Me neither.
I thought he had learned his lesson about playing in politics.
Well, yes and no. I mean, you look at what you're saying about socialism, he may not want to see socialism.
Well, California is instituting a 5% wealth tax for people over $100 million.
Oh, geez, I got problems then.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, maybe not. Well, I'm still a big follower of Musk. I really have. I really think he's smart beyond his what everybody. I don't think people give him enough credit for what he does do, and just because of the time he spent with Trump. So he does have a danger when he starts doing things that are directly related to that. So, by the way, I don't know if you saw this or not. OpenAI signs a 20-year lease for NVIDIA. That's the one I wanted to tell you about. That's the one I told you. I started telling you about. Yeah, here it is. OpenAI signs a 20-year lease for NVIDIA-backed 10-gigawatt Ohio AI distribution center, potentially among the world's largest, with enough power to roughly 7 million homes. That's a freaking scary thing.
The problem is, if we don't do it, we're going to fall behind China.
Yes, exactly. That's the double-edged sword that we got. That to me is a major thing. And also, if you didn't know, Jeff Bezos buys a minority stake in Liverpool FC. A group of investors, including Bezos and Facebook guy Eduardo Severin, bought 30% of the Premier Soccer League yesterday. Oh, well, not yesterday, whenever I wrote this down. You know how much the team is valued at?
$4 billion?
$7 billion. $7
billion.
And marks the Amazon founder's first foray into sports ownership. It comes days after the venture capitalist Joshua Kushner and former Disney executive Bob Iger bought the Los Angeles Lakers for a record $12.5 billion.
Yeah, it was $12.5 billion. Yeah.
That's just insane. Insane. I mean, how much money do these guys really have? I mean, I don't know. I look at my money and I think, oh, I'm okay. And then I look at their money, I'm like, wow. Did you hear about
they get good seats.
Did you, yeah. Yeah, I'd pay $12 billion for good seats. No, I wouldn't. Did you hear about the Chinese Chinese nationals paid $100,000 for these sham weddings?
That's right, because one gets in the country, they bring somebody else in as their wife.
Yeah, yeah. What is going on? This world is so freaking. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. 10-year fraud operation exposed. 21-page indictment in New York Southern District details how the conspiracy operated from 2016 through 2026 with three primary facilitators: Amy Chang, Zio Mi Chan, and Gang Zheng. Gang Zheng is a real cool name. Coordinating fraudulent marriages designed to help foreign nationals obtain permanent residential status in the United States. Defendants marketed their illegal services through the word of mouth, social media platforms, and various advertising methods. They better not use Facebook because Facebook's going to be in trouble. But anyway, that stuff just, that only happens in movies, I thought. But I guess it does happen in real life.
It happens in real life.
And speaking of AI, we talked about. Did you hear Bernie Sanders?
No.
Oh, you didn't hear this? Oh, you'll like this. Bernie Sanders warns tech CEOs stop AI.
Like anybody's going to listen to him.
Oh, man. I did. I listened to it for a few seconds. The 84-year-old lawmaker directly challenged OpenAI Sam Altman, Anthropic's Dario Amodei, and Meta's Mark Zuckerberg to honor their previous commitments to pause AI advancement. That's not the right answer. The right answer is to self-regulate. I mean, there's really no right answer. There is no right answer. AI is here to stay. We can't. I mean, the genie's out of the bottle. You can't. There's nothing you can do about that.
And it's going to duplicate itself and grow and learn.
It's already.
There's nothing you can do to stop it.
It's already smarter than all of us. And I knew. I told you this 2 years ago that this was going to happen, and nobody listened to me. Nobody ever listens to me. They all think I'm just a whack. Well, I may be a wacko, but they all know that I'm a wacko. But I mean, it's scary when you think about it, because this OpenAI it's got a life of its own, and all we can do is just. I mean, we're going to be gone before all the bad stuff happens, but maybe not, because it's going pretty fast.
It's going pretty fast, Michael.
Yeah. Did you talk about the West Bank siege?
No.
Israeli troops said they dismantled 2 illegal outposts erected by Israeli settlers who have trapped 3 Palestinian families in their homes since Sunday, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. Dozens of settlers surrounded 3 homes near Kustra. Is it Kustra? West Bank village of about 5,000 people. The settlers cut off water and power and blocked an access road, reportedly forcing residents to ration food. At least one home is owned by an American, prompting the U.S. to issue a rebuke. The Israeli military says it deployed an additional infantry battalion to Kusra this week, and it responds to an uptick in settler attacks. The UN reported an average of 190 attacks per month during the first 4 months of 2026, and putting the West Bank on track to surpass 1,835 attacks that were recorded last year. The standoff comes after a clash near Kusra last month that killed 2 Israelis and 4 Palestinians. 2 mosques were subsequently set on fire. So, yeah.
Well, these Jewish settlers in the West Bank are striking back, and it's wrong. And I'm pretty pro-Israel, but this is wrong. The settlers should not be in the area that they're in.
Okay.
And they shouldn't be attacking the Palestinians.
Okay. Yeah.
It just makes everything so much worse.
Yes. Also, Trump takes the White House ballroom construction to the Supreme Court.
Yes. He's asking them to allow him to do it. Yep.
Yeah. And separately, the Trump administration announced an arrest of a woman on felony charges for allegedly vandalizing the World War II memorial in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
So that was kind of in my Trump file. So the Kennedy board votes to add Donald Trump's name to the facade and temporarily close the main building for renovation. Both decisions are subject to scrutiny by a federal judge. I don't know if you know that or not.
I don't want Trump's name on the Kennedy Center. It should just remain the Kennedy Center.
I personally think that Trump, there should be a limit on how many things you can put your name on, and I think you surpassed that a long time ago. I mean, come on, that's just Trump exposes a tariff loophole, billions vanish. Says $26 billion, between $19 billion and $26 billion annually. It says the Trump administration reports the United States is hemorrhaging between $19 billion and $26 billion annually as foreign countries exploit loopholes to circumvent tariffs, raising urgent questions about the effectiveness of the current trade enforcement. I don't think anybody thought that was going to work, except Trump.
Except Trump, yeah.
It just made bad relationships with a lot
I'll
of
tell
people.
you what, I'm not up on it because I thought the tariffs were struck down.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm just reading what was news the past week. And then this was now you said something about this. This was President Trump reportedly threatens to bomb Oman. I don't think you talked about Oman.
Oman.
Oman. Is that how? If it did, maybe you did. Maybe you did then. If it interferes in the U.S. efforts to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and end the war and the Iran war, as Trump's 60-day deadline to reach the deal with Iran ends.
Yeah, you know what? Oman is doing something that's not helpful, but to threaten to bomb them is pretty extreme.
Yeah. That's all my Trump news. So anyway, just wanted to get that in there while we were talking about Trump. All right, you can go ahead. You got anything else?
Birth order. Birth order is linked to 150 health conditions in a $10 million sibling study. Firstborn children show a highly likelihood of neurological development, psychiatric diagnoses, autism, ADHD, Tourette's, and OCD. And secondborn children they're more prone to migraines, shingles, gastrointestinal issues, and substance abuse disorders.
Okay.
So I'm firstborn, and I have a psychiatric diagnosis. My sister is secondborn, and she has nothing on this list. But anyhow, it's a birth order, and the firstborn are more likely to have neurological development, psychological, and autism.
Well,
ADHD, Tourette's, and OCD.
to further talk about what you're saying, my older brother had serious issues. He beat me up a lot. He caused trouble. Some people that knew him thought he was the greatest guy ever. I can't honestly say that. He was not the greatest.
He showed you his trousseau.
Yeah, and I know he did a lot of things. I know he had child porn on his computer, and if he had that nowadays, he would be called on the carpet on it because they've caught a lot of people that have child porn. But that was the early days of the internet, and I remember him showing me stuff like that, and I'm thinking, what the crap are you doing with that stuff? There's nothing that I get turned on worse, nothing that I'm turned away from worse than is child porn. I see no point. I see no reason.
That's a sickness. That's
yeah,
a sickness.
And when I see these things on the internet, on YouTube, where they catch these predators, hey, more power to us, you know.
Well, when I worked in a prison, one of my assignments was the sexual offender ward. They have to be segregated out, and these people are creepy, Mike.
Yeah, they are.
They're not right. They're different.
When I saw those things, I was like, what? Why would you? Why? I don't get it. I just have no. No. Give me a full-grown woman, and I'm happy. But no, that was just too much.
Robotic or human doesn't matter, does it?
Right, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Here's another. RFK says under control, cases surge. What was that? I forget what that was. Let me look at that. I forget what it was. Federal health. Oh, okay. Officials insist America's food supply remains secure even though a deadly parasitic outbreak continues, spreading nationwide. Nearly 25,000 cases across two continents, or across dozens of states with 2 confirmed deaths. So,
That's a scary thing.
Yeah, but 25,000 cases across dozens of states. In the grand scheme of things, that's not really that many. I mean, that's...
Unless you were one of them or you had a loved one that was one of them.
Well, yeah, I mean...
But just statistically, it's not substantial.
Yeah. It says here, the skepticism from citizens tracking the outbreak expansion. The federal data cases approach 25,000 nationwide, with Michigan alone has 14,000 of those. Okay, now you're talking, at least it's 14,000 in one place. Contaminated iceberg lettuce linked to the nation's largest cluster and affecting 15 states. See, that's a reason not to eat vegetables.
Yeah, that's good.
That's it.
I'm
Yeah,
for that.
that's it. Yeah. But yeah, that's. Do you hear about the? Do you remember that guy that killed that healthcare person, healthcare president, because of?
CEO, yes.
Yeah, Mangione.
Insurance.
I think it was
Mangione. Yes.
Yeah, he
pleaded guilty.
Yeah, and he should. And he should go to jail for a long time. He should go. That's another one of those things that we're putting someone in jail forever, and he didn't really have a good reason. He pleaded guilty yesterday. Well, I don't remember what I got it, but to the federal stalking charge. I mean, first off, he didn't have insurance with that guy, United Healthcare. He killed Brian Thompson. He didn't have insurance with them. So what was his problem with them? That's my question.
I think it was somebody else that gave one of his relatives or somebody a hard time. United Healthcare.
Oh, here it is. The 28-year-old University of Pennsylvania graduate told the court he posed as an investor to confirm the location of United Healthcare's annual conference, outside of which he ultimately shot a 50-year-old Thompson. Mangione said he was motivated by years of struggling to navigate the health insurance system while suffering from severe back pain. Prosecutors claim he was never a United Healthcare customer. Evidence found on the scene included shell casings with delay, deny, and dispose written on them, an apparent reference to the criticism of how insurers handle claims. See, the thing that makes no sense to me is that he was relatively young, 28 years old. So I had a back injury when I was 25, but it didn't, and I didn't have insurance until I was 30. you just have to deal with things, and you have to deal with a system. It wasn't that guy's fault. It wasn't any particular insurance company. He should have, if he went through the right order of things, he could have got that stuff taken care of through welfare or through some kind of assisted. But instead,
he would have found some compassionate way of solving his problem if he could have worked hard at it.
Right. But instead, he took that way, and that,
he took somebody's life for no reason at all.
Yeah. And the guy didn't even know. He didn't understand. He never did anything to that guy. And to me, that doesn't make sense. But then, again, we're somewhat normal, so I don't know. Let's see. What do you got? You keep going. I mean, if you got things, I got tons of stuff.
New York new Social Security COLA estimates released for next year. It's going to go up 3.4%, which is good because last year it only went up 2.8%.
True.
So we're going to get a nice raise, Mike.
All
We're
right.
going to get a nice raise.
I'd like a nice raise. That'd be good. Did you hear about Colt Ford?
No.
Do you know who he is?
No.
I don't like country, but I do like Colt Ford. Colt Ford is like a rapping country guy. And I think it's kind of cool that someone was willing to take that risk to merge those two. Anyway, his tour bus had a crash. And Colt Ford broke his shoulder when he says here, Colt Ford breaks shoulder, pulled through the windshield after tour bus crash en route to concert. So, yeah, he didn't play that night. He had an issue. He's known for The High Life, featuring Chase Rice, and Driving Around Song, featuring Jason Aldean. Suffered a broken shoulder in the crash and was pulled through the windshield by first responders. 1 minute you're headed to Germany for a show and prepping for a single release. The next thing you know, your bus is in a ditch and you're getting pulled through a windshield with a broken shoulder. So, yeah, that's an awful way to start your tour.
Yeah, that's not fun at all.
No, not at all. So, yeah, that's really weird stuff. But Amazon delivery driver dies after being found unresponsive in his van. He must have been some kind of package he had to deliver there. And Amazon delivery has died after authorities found her unresponsive inside a van in Florida. That's, what a way to go. But she did what she liked to do. She was shopping. Well, not really shopping. What else we got?
Hey, Trump brushes off reporters' question about running for a third term. He said the law is very strong.
Yeah.
That's the first time he
good.
Turn down the suggestion.
But I don't know what's going to... I mean, none of us have any idea what's going to happen with who's going to be the next person, but it's going to be an interesting fight because I don't think there's really anybody that is standing out. I mean, you said something about... who'd you say it was? Who's the vice president?
Rubio.
Huh? You said
In
Rubio.
the Republican side, it's going to come down to Vance or Rubio.
Do you like one over the other?
I like Rubio.
Okay.
I've always liked him. I've liked him for a long time. He's a regular guy. Like they asked him what a good weekend would be, and he goes from college football game day to Sunday night NFL football, spending the whole weekend watching football. That's just an American guy thing, and I just like him because he's down to earth and he's presidential.
Okay.
He's not a Trump.
Yeah.
He may think like Trump, but he's not a Trump.
Okay.
So I like him. But nobody on the Democratic side yet has made me like him.
Okay.
So I'm waiting and hoping. But so far the only people running for president are communists. So
okay.
Just the way it is.
Are you going to go to King Charles' funeral?
Yes, I will. Did he die?
King Charles was announced. His death was announced live on air in a huge blunder. His staff member panicked and fled. How bad would that be if you were the one that said that? Oh, man.
That's not good. He may be close to death, but he's not dead yet.
I think he looks dead, but, you know.
Yeah.
Says,
hey, well, you know, I kind of have some sympathy for him because he waited so long to be king.
Well,
because Mama wouldn't give it up.
I was going to say, he didn't have a choice on that. It was kind of funny. I mean, it's like, you know, you think, oh, I'm going to be the king, and I'll be, you know, a young king because my mom's like 1,000,000 years old, and and then
she hung on to her 90s.
She kept living. I mean, geez, I don't know. I just think it's funny. A radio station has been found in breach of broadcasting standards after it mistakenly announced that King Charles had died. Boy, I wouldn't want to be that person that did that. You know, the thing is, you know that they were like, I got a scoop. This is going to be great. I'm going to be known for this. Yeah, you're going to be known for being an idiot. When I saw that, I was laughing so hard. When I had to take a double take because I wasn't sure. I thought when I saw Death of King Charles, I thought, oh, geez, I'm sorry to hear he died. Then I realized, I read it, and I'm like, oh, wait, he's still alive. Yeah, that's a bad thing. It's sad. I don't know if it's sad because he's still alive or sad because he died, supposedly. You know, I talked about flock cameras at one point. Do you remember that?
Yes.
They announced that they're going to, it says Flock Safety announced a new privacy restriction yesterday on its automated license plate readers, following scrutiny over privacy. Because, you know, if you look at, you as a regular person can look at those cameras too if you know how to get to them. The changes follow reports of officers using AI-powered system for personal surveillance. So they could actually follow you if they have a grudge against you and figure out something they could do against you. Well, according to this article, they now are being are not able to get that footage like they could before. Through the new evidence mode, they will preserve data longer for active investigations, but if there's nothing there, they will not be keeping that stuff together. And actually, this is kind of cool. I'm going to show you. This is, I don't think I did that. If you look at, there's a site called Deflock, and these are all the flock cameras in the country. And
oh yeah, you showed that last week. That's incredible.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there are a lot. And one guy said that after he did a YouTube channel about flock cameras, and he said that the next week there was a flock camera outside his house, and it was facing his house. That's scary. So, yeah, that's what you have right there. That's the flock cameras. So as you can see, Ohio has a few of them.
Yes, it does. We have 3 big cities.
Yeah. And,
Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati.
Yeah. Pennsylvania is not as full of them as I thought it would be, but there's a few of them. They're gaining.
Pittsburgh, Philadelphia.
Yeah. Mostly, Pittsburgh is full. Philadelphia, yeah. And that's where I go, of course. It's places I go. But there's Philly. Yeah.
Look at Jersey. Oh, yeah. It's just completely jammed with them.
It's horrible. But you would think New York would have more, and they have actually less than I thought they would have. So, yeah, I'll be glad when they put some kind of regulation in that further so that we can, I don't know. The thing that scares me is that they're used for illegal reasons. So, let's see, we talked about that already, so I can kill that. And now they removed Manus. Manus was one of the AIs that were available through through Facebook. They are no longer under Facebook. They're one of the ones I used for making a website. Remember I said I made a website really easily? It was through using Manus. So they're now a standalone, much like ChatGTP. So I used it today to actually. I'll show you what I used it today for. If I can, did I close that? Looks like I closed it. Maybe it's down here. Wait a minute. There it is. Okay. So I used it. I didn't. Yeah, I used Meta for this, but I did use Manus for things, and I think Manus is great for making an easy website. No, that's not it. Hold on here. Okay, I used it for this. That's a new picture I was playing with. This one. I didn't use it for that. I used it for that. It's actually pretty good, pretty easy to use, and but it's really a lot like everything else that you've seen, but it's another AI that is out there now, so you're going to see more of it. Oh, I used it for this. So the original, did I show you this before? The original Mike Tras9h and Barking Rats picture?
No.
Okay, it was on a dot matrix printer back in the 80s. So there wasn't much technology to it. And there it is. So back then, this is what the logo looked like for the Mike Tras9h and Barking Rats. Pretty primitive, but it had the point. Here's the rat, a big rat. Here's a trash can, and this was the moon. So I thought, what could I do with that? Could I use that? I mean, not that I'm not using the band anymore, but let's say I was using the band. What do you think it would come out of that? So I was playing with it. I was laying in bed and I was looking at that, and I thought, how would it look if I did it today? And that is the answer. All I did was I fed it the original, and I told it I wanted a rat howling at the moon, and I wanted the garbage can overfilling with see his little eyes?
Yep, kitty cat.
That's what I wanted. And it did it perfectly. I mean, it even did the stuff down here. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. So there are some things that ChatGTP is good for, and that would be one of them. I really, really, really enjoyed that. When I got that, I was so happy that it came out so well. I also took Manus and I used this. I had a picture of Winston. This was the picture of Winston, and it actually, notice it had my YouTube in the background, and it said, "Do you want me to make a picture? Do you want me to make a cartoon of this?" And all it did was just take this picture of Winston, and it made its own cartoon. I had nothing to do with it. And that kind of looks like Winston with his blue collar and everything. And he doesn't look that unhappy. He's rarely unhappy. He's usually happy like this guy here. But I just thought it was funny. You can do so much with this stuff. And it's, I know there's a danger, but there's also a positive thing for this stuff. So, besides, he's a star. He's a funny dog. So, all right, what do you got?
I'm about done. Keep rolling.
Oh, good. Well, I got
some other stuff, but it's not important. Let's roll with you.
I got tons of stuff. There's another picture from the show. It's funny. All right, let me see what else we got. Okay. What I was saying about Manus, it says AI started Manus to resume independent operations. China forced Meta to unwind its $2 billion acquisition. So China must have bought Manus, but that must be why. It's not part of Meta anymore. That's And we also got, let me go back to the most current stuff and go work backwards. Did you know, how much do you think would a 1982 rare penny be worth?
I have no idea.
1982 rare penny. It says it's could be worth up to $20,000. Now I don't know why it says why is it worth that money? Still online influencers. Oh, stop that. Nowhere to go. Now what happened here? Still online influencers on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube continue to plug the storyline that a particular rare 1982 penny can be found in pocket change. These posts generate clicks. So let's find out. This explains. Okay, so this explains key points. Only two 1982D small date pennies have been documented and found in 2016 and 2019, according to the coin expert. The 1982D small date cent weighs 3.1 grams, while the common 1982 weighs 2.5 grams. The U.S. Mint produced 10.7 billion pennies in 1982 across Denver and Philadelphia. It's close enough to me, Philadelphia. The 1982D small date penny has been valued between $18,000 and $25,000 by some collectors. So I'm going to go through all my change and see if I have this. Because I'll tell you what, if I can get $25,000 for a penny, I'm going for it. You know, in fact, I'd give them a deal.
That might buy you a real life robot.
Yes, it will. It'll buy my robot. That's important. It's just really weird to think that there's a penny, that anybody would pay that. What kind of weird people do that? So, did you watch, let me think what the name of that show is. Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I watched it a little bit, not a lot.
Oh, you're going to like this. Do you have HBO?
No.
Oh, you might want to get it. HBO has a new TV show on. It's called Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. Now, I never watched Big Bang Theory. I know what Big Bang Theory is, and I wouldn't watch it because I'm a nerd, and I don't want people to know that. Anyway, so I'm watching this, and I have not watched Big Bang Theory at all. I am watching this Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. And it is so funny. It's just, stop it. Dog comes over here and pushes my hand that has my trackball on it that I'm trying to do the show with. Stop it. Anyway, so I'm assuming all these characters were on the Big Bang Theory. But I've never watched the Big Bang Theory. It's the same director, same producer, and all that stuff. It follows him. He's a comic shop owner, I guess, and he's going through multiverse. So, like the multiverse, when you're talking about Spider-Man was in it, and all the superheroes have been in it, and they've always had different versions of themselves in the multiverse. Well, that's the same thing that they're doing with this, except it's it's so stupid. It's I find it funny. I'm on the 4th episode, and they already renewed it because it's been such a big hit. So if you don't have HBO, I'm sorry. It's a pretty good show. So I might actually watch Big Bang Theory now. Because they brought all the characters.
You would like Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory is very funny. I never, like I said, I wasn't a regular watcher, but I would watch it from time to time.
It's definitely better than I thought it would be. It actually is funny, And in these different universes, like these guys, what he's carrying, can you see? Let's see. There, you can see it now. It looks like an air conditioner, but that's their way of getting into this universe. And each time they go, I think so far he's been, maybe he hasn't been. I want to say he's been himself through most of these. He's changed. And they're finding all their friends, trying to get everybody back together because they know there's a split in the universe. And that's basically it. I mean, one universe, everybody's happy all the time, and if you aren't happy, there's a shocker in the back of your neck, and it makes you, fall to the ground, and it's really stupid, but it's really funny. And one universe, let's see here, there are like zombies outside the windows, and they break in and stuff, and I mean, it's just really. All these different universes. They've been to 4 universes in 4 episodes, so I expect that to be more stuff coming because they're up to week 4. So I think I'll continue watching. It's pretty good. Also, I'm going to probably watch this show here. Also, it's called Lanterns. Now, Lanterns is a version of Green Lantern, also on HBO. And I was a Green Lantern fan. And so they're somehow making a story about, I guess there are multiple lanterns. And I kind of knew that, but I didn't really. The only one we ever got to see as kids were the one. But it looks like it's going to be an interesting car. Interesting show. I said car because I just looked in and said, if Reacher isn't 6'5" and 250 pounds, he might as well be Tom Cruise in a muscle car because he sure isn't Jack Reacher. That's why I said car. But that's going to be on. That means okay, that's going to be on Netflix, I guess, or Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch that too because I was a big fan of the Green Lantern, even though it flopped in the theaters when it was when it had its standalone movie. So that's kind of fun. I found that's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. Also, Brand New Day, which is the new Spider-Man. Guess what's up to now? Guess how much it brought in.
$111 million.
$2 billion. $2 billion. That to me is unheard of. It was released, I don't know how many weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago. But it just took off. That's showing that the movie theater business is doing okay. So, yeah. I mean, on certain movies. But still, $2 billion is...
The big blockbusters do well.
Yeah.
The other movies don't.
Yeah. So,
people just wait for them to come out at home.
Selena Gomez is in the movie, is in the news. Do you know what she's in trouble for?
What's she in trouble for?
Says here it's completely meritless, but Selena Gomez's legal team is speaking after there's a TV show called Only Murders in This Building. It's on Apple TV, I think it is. And I started watching it, and I didn't get back to it yet. But anyway, it's a pretty cool movie. Or it's not a movie, it's a TV show. Anyway, she was accused of fraud by investors in Wondermine. Wondermine, I guess, is a company she co-founded alongside her mother, who is named Mandy Teefee, and their former business partner, Daniela Pearson. Wondermine sued Gomez, Teely, and Pearson for falsely representing their mental health startups leadership's It's leadership and partnerships. It says, we vigorously defend the false allegations and indeed are filing a motion to dismiss on baseless claims against her. So that's from Gomez. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but yeah, she's in the news. So hopefully she's not guilty of that, but I mean, who do you believe? So that's that. Then we got Indiana floods. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, they're bad. With about 5 people died, maybe?
7 people were killed.
7 now? Up to 7?
7 people across Indiana. Oh, now you're not, you know, when I went to Indiana, I had to go through your state, and that's a long drive, by the way. And I got there after a tornado hit.
Last week, one night, I spent 45 minutes in the basement.
Oh, that's scary. 7 people died across Indiana after the days of a catastrophic flooding that forced hundreds of evacuations and left residents sifting through waterlogged homes as floodwaters in the White River finally began receding Sunday. Victims include a child, a cyclist, and stranded driver. The dead include a 4-year-old killed when a tree crashed through his bedroom during the strong winds, a 31-year-old cyclist, James Breyer, was found dead Sunday in Henry County, apparently after riding around a barricade and falling into a hole where the road had collapsed beneath the floodwaters. Stephanie Sally, 58, and her dog were discovered dead in a cornfield Friday after her car was swept away in a flooded road. Man, that's just horrible. Look at that. Look at the, that's just intense. Matthew Morey, 19, drowned after jumping from a bridge into a swollen Mississinawa River with friends. Now, that was just stupid. The recent school graduate was headed to Purdue University. Well, save your money. Let's see here. It says Indianapolis residents return to devastation. Frank Gounder spent his 37th birthday Sunday assessing damage to his North Side Indianapolis home and furniture making workshop. Floodwaters reached 2 feet deep inside his property, located less than a mile from the river. The furniture maker sorted through waterlogged materials and handmade pieces in various stages of completion, hoping to salvage something from the wreckage. Water just is not forgiving. I feel for the guy. I feel for everybody that is affected by that. That's horrible. All right. Let's see. This is hackers take water controls. Iran link emerges. So this is kind of weird. Federal authorities confirmed that cyber attacks linked to Iranian hackers compromised water systems across 12 states, forcing emergency advisories and manual operations at facilities serving hundreds of thousands of Americans. I can't even imagine, like, they're sitting in their holes in the wall, their little shacks or whatever that is that they live in, and they're sitting there trying to cyber attack our water system. That's weird. That's the weirdest thing I'd ever. I mean, if you're going to cyber attack somebody, I would think there would be better ways, to get results than that. But
well, it's all to scare and immobilize our country.
Yeah, I mean, it says here the attacks.
The energy grid and the water, that's what they're going to go after.
I understand the water, or the energy grid, but I would think that it says the attack hit water systems in Michigan, Minnesota, Georgia, New Jersey, South Dakota, among others. Minnesota suffered the most extensive damage, with more than 30 community water systems impacted. That's just amazing they could do that. I mean, how they're sitting around their little huts or whatever thinking, how can we knock out the U.S.? Let's go after their water systems. I mean, who would have thought of water systems? I just think that's just the weirdest thing to target. But I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but it just seems the brainchild of that, it just seems, I don't know, it seems really out there. But I guess they are out there. Then we got, I forget what this was about. What was this one about? Federal judge widened national injunction blocking the U.S. Postal Service from implementing President Trump's executive order restricting mail-in voting. Oh, that's what it is. Mail-in voting ahead of November's midterm elections, dealing another blow to the administration's efforts to reshape absentee ballot procedures. I mean, I'm not sure what I think.
He's trying everything he can because he believes with all his heart that absentee ballots was messed with, and they I forget what it's called now, but it used to be where there'd be a massive amount of ballots, and people would go out and just have people sign them. They'd already be filled out, and you'd have people sign them. And vote caching, I don't know what it's called, but anyhow, Trump is trying to block that, and he gets these injunctions every time.
I don't know what I believe in for the voting thing. I think the people should have to go. But then again,
why can't we have a national day of voting on Saturday and everybody have to go to the polls and show ID? Makes sense to me. You got to show ID to drive a car. You got to show ID to get a drink. You got to show ID to buy a gun. You got to show ID to go to some event. Why can't you show an ID to vote?
I agree. I really do agree to that. I don't know. I just don't know.
And to get out to vote could be driving people to the polls.
Yeah.
I could commit to spending my day driving different people to the polls. That would be my patriotic service for the day.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think there's better ways to do it, but I don't know. So, what do you think coffee was used before drinking?
Oh, man, I don't know.
There's actually, this one blew me away. I never, ever would have guessed that it was used for this. Before it was a drink, coffee was used for hand washing.
Hand washing?
That's what it says. 5 centuries before caffeinated drink was consumed, coffee beans were used for the aromatic quality. One 10th century text explains how it obliterates greasy smells of food on hands and whatever of sweets and fats. Whether traveling at home, neglect not to wash your hands with. Whether traveling or at home, neglect not to wash your hands with it. So that was really strange for me to think that people wash their hands with coffee. Bob Dylan, he's in the news. He was, it says, Bob Dylan once reimagined himself as the frontman of a punk band for a late-night TV performance. in 1984. Can you imagine him in a punk band? But it says it was for David Letterman. I watched David Letterman religiously. I really don't remember him, but I don't remember the early Letterman stuff. So I did watch it probably. But he was on Letterman. He was playing Jokerman with the Latino punk. Where's that here? Oh, there's a video of it. He performed Jokerman. I'll probably get in trouble for this.
Thank you, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, here's Bob Dylan.
Still sounds the same.
No different.
It doesn't sound very punk either. It just sounds like Bob Dylan. Here's an interesting story that I had found that it's funny. I bought a video store back in 91 or so, maybe 92. My wife told me that Christine said, I have a coffee body scrub bar, and I buy them at the Amish market. So I guess they're still using them as cleaning their hands and stuff.
Cleaning. Yeah.
Anyway, in 91, 92, something like that, I bought a video store. What I did was, at one point I was making money from this video store. I supplied them with video games because they didn't have any video games in their video store. And I thought, there's a big market for that. I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't 92. Might have been 93 or 4. But whatever year it was that I did that. No, because I was still married then. Yeah, okay, so it had to be around 90 or so. Anyway, I bought these video games, and I was making money off of them. Well, the video store wasn't making money except for the video games. And I thought, well, maybe it's because she wanted out of the business. So I bought the video store for my wife at the time. And I financed it with a loan from her father. And we ended up losing a ton of money because she was a horrible business person. And I lost like 60 grand in 3 months. Anyway, regardless, the store people think that. Let me ask you, what do you think? Did Netflix kill video stores?
Yes, okay. I believe that. I believe Netflix had a big impact on it.
All right, now let me tell you.
Mail order.
Let me tell you the truth. Video stores were dying long before that, and actually. Netflix. Now, Netflix had the original. They were smart about the way they did things because they had those machines that you know for 99 cents or whatever it was. They were detrimental to video stores, but video stores were already dying. When I bought that video store, we had a video department that we sold all the videos and stuff. We were a video distributor. So, I thought I had it made because we had, but we were closing down our video division, and I should have saw the writing on the wall. I should have never bought that, but I just thought I could make it work. Anyway, contrary to popular belief, Netflix didn't kill Blockbuster, though it did intentionally position itself as an alternative to the movie rental store. A third place is a psychological term for communal space that isn't a home or workplace, which wait, that has nothing to do with it. Hold on. Oh, that's another story. Anyway, so if you remember, it had those kiosks, and it used those kiosks to get a lot of business. I personally love kiosks because I never had to go inside the store. It did intentionally try to position itself as the attorney. Who would have thought, though, back that many years ago? I mean, we're talking about 90 something, early 90s. It took them a while to position themselves to where they're at. But I remember I had already lost the video store and I paid all the money back that I owed. And I remember seeing those little machines and stuff, and we used to rent them, and then next thing happened was early 2000s when they had horrible internet. I bought into the concept of this Netflix, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. I get movies and I don't have to go return them or anything. And who would have thought that it would have turned into what it is now? Now it's the #1 streaming platform out there, and it started out as just video rentals. You know, it's funny how that all worked out. I never would have imagined it getting to the size that it did. When did you start? When did you have Netflix, right?
I've had Netflix since I think I got it right when Lakin was born, so about 7-8 years.
Okay.
I've had it.
Because I had it somewhere around, I would say maybe early 2000s. I would say 2003, 4. I had it early. I mean, my internet could barely keep up with it. Nowadays, you know, the internet's gotten so fast, you don't have to worry about it. But it's really interesting, the story behind it. I mean, kids today, kids that were born in 2000, don't realize how lucky they got it, because you can get virtually anything you want to watch.
They don't know a world. They don't know a world without Netflix. And
if you told me in 2000 that WWE was going to be on Netflix, I would have said you're crazy. And actually, if you had told me that WWE was going to be on ESPN, I would have told you were crazy. It just, there's so many things that have changed in our culture, and it's weird to think that, you know, that this is
WWE's been elevated to a real sport by being ESPN.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's kind of what I was hinting at, is that, you know, I would have thought that ESPN would have never wanted them on their platform.
Well, they need content.
Yeah.
Good content. WWE's good content.
Yeah. Something interesting that we are all aware of our age, is that The Wizard of Oz premiered in Hollywood, I think last week, in 1939. Did you know that?
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Think about that. Judy Garland would have been over 100 right now. It says here, the film adaptation of The Wizard of Oz reimagined L. Frank Baum's book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, for a new age, including technological breakthroughs to depict Baum's fantastical text. So, yeah, it's just weird to think about. It's, man, that was the thing we'd look forward to every Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Now I don't think it's a thing anymore, but not for Thanksgiving. I think it's more available all year now. But that's weird to think about. Do you know there's $100 golden hot dog?
No.
It's really a weird thing to think about, that there's somebody would pay that much for a hot dog, but it's a caviar hot dog. This is why Gen Z is splurging on luxury snacks instead of saving. Look at that. That doesn't even look good to me. Looks like there's a fly on it. For as long as food has been bought and sold, someone has been willing to shell out a fortune for the good stuff, for at least the shiniest stuff. In the 18th century, pineapples were considered a symbol of wealth and a rarity, as it was hard to import from the New World. In the 19th century, lobster transitioned from a poor man's food to a delicacy throughout America. You know, it's funny, when I'd say in the late 90s, yeah, because I was still doing Boston territory. In the late 90s, I remember we were driving back from a Boston show we were doing, and we stopped at a McDonald's in New England, and they had a lobster roll in McDonald's. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. Why don't we get them in Pennsylvania? Because we don't have lobster in Pennsylvania, but it was really cool. So that was kind of a neat thing. But it says here, now the latest trend is a caviar hot dog, which will run you up to $100. Jeff Bezos backs the platform that lets anyone invest in rental homes for as little as $100. Dave Ramsey warns nearly 50% of Americans are making one Social Security mistake. We should probably figure that out. Figure out if we're one of those. Some quick hits there. We can fix it ASAP. 42% of Americans aren't saving for the future. Well, we're already past that. As Dave Ramsey recommends, a minimum savings benchmark. Open a high-yield cash account with Wealthfront. What is the Wealthfront? Is this must be an ad for, I don't know. It says here, maximize your tax advantage accounts and invest in inflation hedging accounts like real estate. For example, you can access Fundrise flagship fund for as little as $10. You know, I'm glad that I was smart enough to do that when I was younger, because that saved me a lot, because I would have never been able to retire when I retired. And I guess we're going to wrap this thing up here. Chick-fil-A finally launches its take on Southern breakfast staple. So if you like Chick-fil-A, you can go to Chick-fil-A and you can have
biscuits and gravy.
I forget what it was. Oh, here it is. Southern breakfast staple on its menu, and you can have it any time of day. The chicken chain announced that, it's the waffle, chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffle sandwich.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. Maryland people are not familiar with chicken and waffles. They think it's weird. And I remember having chicken and waffles when I was young.
Yep. Chicken, you put a waffle down, you put chicken all over it with gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, yeah, that was a staple in our house.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I know one person who was really shocked when I said, yeah, chicken and waffles, I'll take that. There's it's a firehouse up here that has meals. They have a special of the week and stuff. Actually, got specials every day, but chicken and waffles are really weird. And then you put gravy on it, she said. And I took Christine there, and I said, I'm going to get the chicken and waffles. She said, what is chicken and waffles? And when we got it, she said, that's weird. But that was something that we've known from being a young kid.
Yeah.
So, anyway, all right. I guess we can wrap it up here, unless there's something you want to talk about.
No, it's a good show, Mike.
Yeah. I kind of had a little different beginning of the show. So I think it was nice to show people what I do. You know, one day I'm winning a belt, the next day I'm playing on stage. So anything could happen here. Oh, man. Who knows what'll be next week? Maybe I'll get a job with the circus or something. So, all right. Well, anyway, I'm glad you guys listened, and if you didn't listen, why not? I will talk to you guys next week, and as always, remember the most important part is there it is. See you next week.